How's it going? I'm back again, bringing you the latest podcast and sort of delivering out, these solutions to the small, mid-sized marketplace, for businesses that are transforming at this present moment in time and on the hunt of integrated digital solutions. And what we've been bringing is what's available in the Sage marketplace. As you all know by now, I'm head of sales here at Acorn. We're doing a roundup of all the partners who were at our event and road shows in Belfast and Dublin that you may have missed recently. One of the partners that were at both events and had presence there with us are Dracer, who we're with today. Dracer are a very valuable partner in the accounts payable space, accounts receivable space, and helping with sales order process and speeding up and helping our customers get to that paperless environment and truly digital environment as well. So this could be called the Johnny and Alicia show at this stage. I think it's about the third or fourth one we've done now.
I love it. I'm game for that, Johnny.
Our audience are beginning to know who we are, and they're getting to know the rest of the network here as well, which is great. So, Alicia, one of the key sort of solutions you guys were demonstrating at our events was this whole idea of AR being a walk in the park.
Absolutely.
With Credit Hound. I do have my Credit Hound teddy bear, by the way.
Good. I hope so. Walking twice a day, feeding, all the right things, I hope.
So, Alicia, you unfortunately couldn't make the event yourself, for whatever reason, the whole COVID and travel restrictions and all that there. So we're sorry you couldn't be here. Hopefully another time. But anyway, Lee represented one of your colleagues.
He did, yes.
This whole idea of, automating accounts receivable, integrated into the ERP, improving that financial function. Or what do you guys focus on, do best? Why is it important? Why should anyone care?
Why? Well, good question, Johnny. So as you've rightfully said, with a wonderful introduction, we're all about improving efficiencies, increasing, the processes we're following, ensuring that all of the debt, we're focusing on the Credit Hound product specifically, that ensures that all of the debt is actually chased within the organisation rather than traditionally the largest and the oldest. It's traditionally a very big admin task to even get all the information ready for Credit Hound to be able to then chase debt. With Credit Hound, it does it for us. It's going to check all of our accounts for certain criteria and literally not even almost, at the click of a button, it will chase all the relevant debt, attaching the relevant invoices. And of course, the key bit here, it integrates fully with Sage 200 and Sage 50. So we've got that one-way stream of traffic coming from there into Credit Hound, which means the information is up to date and live. For example, even if payments have come in, quite often traditionally you're having to then check the banking, you're having to update here, you're checking there, you're doing lots and lots of different checks before you can complete a chase. Whereas any monies we've allocated, those chases are automatically removed from Credit Hound. So many time-saving areas to explore, Johnny.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And when you say all debts, typically what would you guys find? Before you start automating these processes, what would you guys find is a percentage of debt past a certain date, for example, that's being ignored or just not picked up upon?
It would be hard to put a number on it. However, if we suggest, I don't know, let's say on average, if I do, how many demos of Credit Hound a week? Let's have a think. I would say of 20 people I speak to a week, at least about Credit Hound, at least 70, 80% of them aren't chasing all their debt, which is crazy. There is so much debt that they just leave that gets older and older. Yeah.
Why? And would you say the main reason behind that is because maybe the debt's just too small, not worth chasing, or the time frame it takes to go after and assess what else is there?
Yeah, absolutely. All of the above. So essentially, the credit controllers are doing so much admin. They're looking for notes in different places. They're checking their emails. They're speaking with colleagues. There is loads and loads of reason they wouldn't have time to chase all of the debt. And that's really where now the automation comes in to support us with that day to day.
Yep. And the way I see it is, a lot of these tools exist for large corporate organizations. They just don't exist in the small to mid-sized market. And as we step in further into this digital economy, it doesn't allow humans that time to go over that, because things are moving just too fast, is the way I see it. So I think automating that function, is probably critical as we continue to step into this digital age more and more for the small mid-sized companies. The ideas have been tested, the concepts have been tested and been successful at the corporate level. We all know that. So, look, what small mid-sized organisations need to see is how easy it is to adapt to this.
Yeah.
And you're going to show us that now, Alicia.
I will. What a cue. Of course I will, Johnny. Yes, for sure. What I'll do is I'll pull my screen up, we'll go into my virtual machine and we'll look at Credit Hound in action. I could talk about Credit Hound all day. I'm conscious we haven't got all day, so I will give you my favourite bits and just a brief overview.
Good.
Okay. So let's take a little look at Credit Hound. When we first come into Credit Hound, this is our dashboard view. So this is everything as a whole from a quick look. So when we first sign in, we've got some good news. We all like good news, right? Who has paid me in the last 7 days? This is where we've allocated the monies in Sage and we now don't need to be checking anything else. Those chases are automatically removed from my calendar and my to-do list. Next up, we've got an area called My Disputes, and this is where it's got somebody, the credit controller is the first person that's in the firing line. Somebody isn't making payment because of reasons X, Y, and Z, and that person then has to manage that and raise it with the relevant people. We can do it all in Credit Hound at the click of a button. We record the chase, it sends the relevant letters to raise the dispute internally and to our customer advising that we understand what they're saying, and these are our SLAs. Mini age debt bucket, quite self-explanatory. Within this dashboard, we see it go from a mouse pointer into a hand, and that means we can really drill down into this information. Who has my money? Where is my money? Again, quite self-explanatory. Before we get into looking at a chase, one point to draw your eyes to is the promised cash down here. So on the back or the reverse of raising a dispute, we're completing a manual chase. Somebody's not making payment, we raise a dispute. Good news, somebody is paying us and they're paying us on Wednesday perhaps. We can then actually record that as a promise to pay. So we've got a real good idea if the money's coming back into the organisation as well. We've got lots of different screens within here. We've got an interactive age debt screen. We've got our calendar view. We've got our to-do list. So our credit controllers can focus on the important tasks at hand for today. My favourite bit is the automated chasing. And this is what we tend to do in a morning. And that is one big swoop of chasing all of the debt that's owed to the organisation. By doing so, sending a chase letter with the relevant invoice attached. We go to a little area up here that rhymes, tools and rules, and within here we have my chase cycle. Now everything we see here is customisable. This is the chase cycle that suits me and my organisation. Johnny, it may look totally different even for Acorn and what you would wish to follow. For ourselves, we've got a preemptive letter. We found here at Dracer that a really friendly written reminder advising people that the debt is due soon speeds up getting those monies in. We then have our chase letter 1. So this is when the debt is outstanding, it's overdue, words are getting a little bit stronger. Chase letter 2, things are getting even more serious. And lastly, I've got a telephone chase list. So opposed to this creating a letter going via email, this is creating a to-do in my calendar for a manual chase. We don't want to remove all of that human element, the people behind the chasing. Yes, fantastic to ensure all of our debt is chased by sending the chase letter via email with the relevant invoice attached, but we will also need to do those manual telephone calls, and we can record them within Credit Hound, and everything we do is time-stamped and we can refer back to later. So let's get these underway. We're going to come in and hit run. In doing so, in just a moment, we will see our letter pop up, and this is then going to be printed. So we've got 24 accounts that match that criteria. I may make the decision to deselect somebody, so I don't wish to send them their relevant chase letter. When I next press run on that, the only account that hits that criteria is the one I've deselected. It may well be called Credit Hound, but that does not mean we want to send the same letters time and time again to the same people. That would be hounding at a new level, and we will ensure we only send the relevant one. If we've got one customer that's got 10 invoices outstanding, the software will automatically group those 10 together and also attach those 10 relevant invoices. Next up, we've got our chase letter 1, and I'm going to run this again now. We can see we've got 25 accounts that hit that criteria. Again, I'm going to print it. When I print it to Spindle, it takes it from this basic looking document to that fully branded, going via email, archiving in relevant locations, sending any extra attachments at the click of a button. So it's so easy. You know, we've just chased, what have we chased? 25, 50 accounts in about 2 minutes. And if we pop over to my emails, which I haven't loaded up, so bear with me, here we go. Of course, it's a demonstration, which means all the email addresses are made up. I hate to break it to us. In the real world, it goes from the sent items. And we can see all of these letters coming through. Fully HTML email, wonderful preemptive chase letter, relevant invoice attached. And if I open up one of these invoices, we can actually see that we've also got our Pay Now button on here, which is amazing, streamlining that process even further so that our customers can get our chase letter, they owe us money, they can click straight into the invoice and we can get payment immediately. We've also had our T's and C's of sale automatically attached as well. So again, as the credit controller, I've now not got to go to all of my different locations to get my relevant documents. It does it all for me. Huge, huge time savings there. Of course, I've mentioned everything we do is then recorded. So if we just pop into an account screen really quickly, I can quickly show you some of those notes against the different invoices and credit notes. My internet's being slightly questionable. Here it is.
We're thinking about it anyway.
It is. There we go. Abbey Retail will go to, you can see that we've got, this is our interactive accounts list here, and we can go into any of the relevant accounts we wish. We've got all of the invoices and all the chase notes in association to it. So we can see here when we've sent any automated chasing, when we've sent a manual chase, everything we do is recorded. And all the information in here is coming from Sage 200 or Sage 50 directly into Credit Hound. From within here, we start our chase, and this is where we would complete a manual chase as well. Within Credit Hound, we've got lots of reporting options. There is absolutely loads and loads we can do. But of course, we haven't got lots and lots of time today. So we can save that for a later date, let Johnny know, and we can actually go into a more detailed overview of Credit Hound, making sure it's totally to suit yourselves.
Brilliant, Alicia. Here, I've got so many questions here, and I'm not even in an AR role. Okay, I don't do this stuff day by day. You know, I'm a tech guy, and you know, for forward-thinking guys in the finance department, you know, I'm sure they're probably asking some questions here. So all this is just putting it out and pushing it back into Sage 200. It's the first question, or Sage 50.
Yeah, so traditionally, go on. Do you want the answer now, or are these just what's coming to you straight away?
Yes, yes or no.
It's predominantly one way, so it's mainly coming from Sage, but we can put an account on stop within Credit Hound, and that goes back to Sage.
Great. And okay, so is it an on-premise install or a cloud install?
Great question. So the solution we've just taken a look at today is our on-premise solution. We have also now got our Credit Hound Cloud, which offers slightly different functionality, and that is, of course, a cloud solution. So we now have both in our offerings.
So we have an on-premise or cloud-connected application into your Sage 50 or 200 environment.
Yeah, but to name a couple, that's just a couple of those integration points, Johnny, for sure.
To name a couple. Great. You know, that is exciting, and that leads to the next question. So how long will it take to set all this up, get it deployed, get it up and running for the end user, typically?
Not long at all. So if we say predominantly on one company, let's say 3 to 4 days, including training, of course, depends on number of users and number of sites, but that's the starting point.
Mm-hmm.
Worth noting as well, the time that you spend there, of course, when we have something called the ROI calculator, and it can really show you the amount of monies that can come back into the organisation once Credit Hound is implemented.
Do you have something like that on screen?
I don't. That would have been superb, Johnny. I couldn't agree more. I don't, but I can certainly send it through to follow up afterwards.
I will get that attached on the email and let the individuals take a look at it then. So What's coming your
Superstar.
way with this video is information on what a return on investment calculator looks like for this, and that's based on the amount of invoices being chased.
Yeah,
At
correct.
least, yeah.
Invoices being chased and the debts as a whole load, and then it does a couple of calculations off the back of it.
And there'll be some details, of course, of how you can reach out to me and get to spend some Uno on Uno time with the lovely Alicia here. If you've any further questions, let us know. But hopefully there'll be more to come from us. Watch this space, Alicia. Any parting remarks?
No, I think you've summed it up perfectly. I look forward to our next install of the Johnny and Alicia follow
Show.
up. Indeed.
Great stuff. Look, listen, thanks for your time and enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care all. See you soon. Bye-bye.